Well, what are we up to today? Well, we've got a bit to do. We're going to test our lifting kite. Now, I have done a video on making the Picavay leveling mount here. It's probably the previous video to this one. I can't remember what order I've put things in. Interestingly enough, with these things, they tangle very easily. This is a leveling mount named after a French bloke with the name Picavay, who actually invented this setup. And this lets it sit at different levels on the kite string and stay, or different angles, and still stay level. Right, we have our lifting kite here. We've got some cord here. We have 300 meters of really thin Dyneema stuff there that might be good enough for it, but I haven't been able to spool it on this reel yet. I think I'm going to do something better than this in the near future. And this stuff is just a nightmare to work with. I'd much rather the Dyneema. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go into our setup here. Now, I'm already using one of my GoPros here. I've got another GoPro 7 here. It's a Hero 7 black. Not sure that anybody uses the ones that aren't black, but anyway, that's going to go into our little mounting bracket here, and we're going to mount this onto our Picavay leveling bracket here. I'm going to give it a slight downward angle and tighten that bracket up a bit. Alright, this thing has about the ability for about 50 kilo of lift, so we want to be careful about keeping a hold of it. So let's put this little belt mount on here and get ourselves our little triangle mount, or triangle link here. Just get this shuffled around my belt a bit. Right, that should be good. Now, we'd be pretty well right to get this in the air. Let's cut a little bit and I'll go and unpack it in the field. Now, it's also worth noting my apprentice is here to help, but she's found herself a sausage roll and internet and tablet. So she's going to be probably comfortable inside there. She'll be able to see out the back, out across this field. So let's go get this up. Alright, so I'm out on the field, just not too far from the vehicle. I've got my Picavay mount laid out so it doesn't tangle. Crucially, I have gloves. Now, for this kite, you really need it or you're going to lose a finger to the string. Alright, definitely a lot more wind. I tried this yesterday, and for lack of a better description, we just couldn't get it up. So, the problem many men face. Got our little fishing swivel here and the jig. I'm going to go 3 lines either side of this just to balance that out. And this is a bit more than my cold fingers can handle today. So, I'm going to use my Leatherman, and this is about to pick up and take off on me. And I really don't want it to do that just yet. I want to get my gloves on here too, because I'm going to need them. Especially if I'm going to mount that Picavay onto the kite. So let's get my shuffling done and out of the way. I'll angle my camera angle up a little bit. Hopefully the ultra wide angle on this will do the trick. I need to get my cable untangled, my string untangled, unlock that, see if she'll get into the air today. This is sometimes a little challenging with just one person. If we can get this guy to open up, we'll be cooking with gas. The tail in this point is actually making life a little difficult. Here we go, we're almost up. Traditionally this is a 2-person job. Oh, now we're folded the wrong way round. Come on guy, you'll get up. Once it's up, we'll be fine. And irritatingly, this stupid kite string keeps doing double laps around here, so give me a moment. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Now we're up. Alright. Now my string appears to have got tangled. I You can hear my apprentice in the background. Now, danger zone, I have to take a glove off to manipulate this loop off the bit that it's got jammed in. There we go. Now we should be able to let a bit of cord out. Okay, now glove back on. One-handed, which is going to be a pain. Shove that under my arm. Alright, we get a little bit of cord up on this, and then we'll put our picave on. Alright, we're up just a little bit. I'm going to lock that in. I'm going to hook it around my waist down here. Alright, now that we're up, picave can come up, and we'll find our angle. Hang on. Alright, my apprentice is going to go check on our host here, which is the property owner. Alright. See, third one here. Hang on a sec. Alright, time to start our camera. If I can get this happening. I think that should be about right. There we go. The horses over there are having a bit of a heart attack. I don't think they've ever seen a kite before. I'm a good distance away from them, but unfortunately I don't think I can do much else. Yeah, my apprentice is out. Now, let's see if I can get this guy undone. This is got some serious pull on this kite right at the second, to the point where I can't get this unlocked. I think I'm going to turf this thing in the bloody bin. This is a shit idea. Alright. Now, let's see if I can get this up here. Alright, we can wind this out. Hopefully we get it up into the... It's going to collapse. The wind's going to drop off again, I'll bet you. This is what happened to me yesterday. I just got it in the air and the wind dropped off.
Whoa, David, wow!
Hey?
This is super high.
Oh, it'll get up a lot higher.
Oh, David, I have a tablet for you.
Okay, don't get in the way or you'll end up getting kicked. Oh, we're going to lose our wind again. The wind today is very sporadic. If I drop it much more, I'm going to run out of wind. Let's see if I can get it some altitude. No, that's going to crash land. I think I'm just going to have to keep it down on the ground here for a bit and see what happens. No. So I've had a few attempts at this site. This is the result of my peak of A mount. It fell to pieces. It slipped down the line a little bit using the method that I'd read on the kite forums, and it just tore the peak of A apart. So we'll try again somewhere else. Alright, well, we're back home at the desk, and this is what's left of my peak of A mount. I'm going to have to either write myself a note on how to rig these things, or I'm going to use something a whole lot better than this kite string. This has got to be one of the most frustrating lines I've ever used, so I'm going to try some of that Dyneema stuff that's been donated to me. There's nearly 300 meters of it. I'm not sure what kind of reel I'm going to use, but I may try the same reel that I've currently got, although I don't think I'll fit 300 meters onto it. So I think back to the drawing board. I'll make myself a better reel system, and I'll use some better cord that doesn't come untangled or whatever's happening with it. Not sure what happened there. But I am tired and I'm yawning, so I'll figure this out later. Anyway, I hope it was kind of interesting. Not the stable footage that I expected to get today. But anyway, I'm still learning this whole skill of kite photography, so we'll come up with something useful. Anyway, see you in the next one.